You put
A tense exchange. An Occupy Tampa supporter is headed to jail.
Protesters say he was roughed up, while police say it's just the opposite. Next at 11.
What's your badge number? Okay. Can we have your badge number?
Confrontation on camera. Police cuff an Occupy Tampa protester. They call it brutality, while officers say they are the victims.
Plus, out of the hospital, deputies take Michael Lohan back to jail, and he can't stop talking about Kate Major. What Lohan says about the night he jumped off a hotel balcony. And free for all, expensive trips, lavish hotels, the best food, and it's all free. Who is picking up the tab for Florida lawmakers? The I-Team investigates. ABC Action News at 11 starts right now.
Now, from the station that's taking action for you, this is ABC Action News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Ryan.
And I'm Jamison Euler.
First tonight, police across the country are cracking down on protesters with the Occupy movement, including right here in Tampa. 3 demonstrators went to jail today. But tonight, TPD claims those protesters are trying to get themselves arrested. Our Chris Martinez joins us now from Curtis Hickson Park with what police say demonstrators are doing to make sure they go to jail. Chris?
Well, Wendy, protesters have been saying for a while now that police are constantly harassing them in this park, even assaulting them. But tonight, police say some home video shows they are the ones being bullied.
No call orders.
Protesters turned their own cameras on just after police arrived to capture what they call a nightly intimidation. But Tampa police say this video instead shows just the opposite, a growing hostility towards them.
It does give you an idea of what we're dealing with.
Officers went to Curtis Hickson Park this morning after protesters pitched a number of illegal tents. In the process, 2 people were arrested for assaulting police, including this man, who claimed cops pushed him to the ground for no reason.
No one got belligerent, no one anything.
Badge number.
But Tampa police say this video doesn't back that up and instead shows how protesters are now trying to get arrested. Taunting officers, even calling police to brag about breaking the law.
Saying that they were out at the park sleeping, and when were we going to come out there to arrest them?
Compared to Occupy movements in other cities, so far, Tampa's arrest rate is among the very lowest. And while they insist the police are not their enemy, protesters also say they won't back down.
We've tried to jump through all their hoops, but their hoops are getting more and more ridiculous.
We want them to get their message out there, but if getting arrested is part of their movement, we unfortunately are going to have to accommodate that.
And to give you an idea of the numbers here, protesters have been in this park for about 4 weeks now, and there were no arrests made at all in those first 3. In this past week or so, 11 people have gone to jail. We're live tonight in downtown Tampa. I'm Chris Martinez, ABC Action News.
Chris, thank you. New tonight, Michael Lohan is out of the hospital.
The clashes between protesters and police keep escalating in Tampa. Today, the tally of Occupy demonstrators in handcuffs went even higher. Bay News 9's Melissa Eigman is following the developments from downtown.
Is he being arrested? You're on video.
3 arrests aren't slowing down the Occupy Tampa movement at Curtis Hickson Park in downtown.
Want to see the movement really accumulate. Just not in New York, but all over the country as well. I'm very passionate about what's going on, and hopefully it does grow from here.
Growing, and the message is changing. Today, the demonstration took aim at Tampa police.
We're told we have all these rights, like the right to free assembly, but when we do it, the cops get angry and tell us we can't be here. And
protesters say they're not backing down.
a lot of people don't really know what to do because it's such a large problem. And I feel like that's a lot. People have gotten a lot of bad rap for that here.
A bad rap police say protesters have brought on themselves. 3 protesters were arrested early this morning. They're accused of pushing an officer and interfering with the police investigations. Some question the arrests. Others agree, saying protesters are taking it too far. This guy is out here protesting the protesters.
They don't respect other people's rights. This is a beautiful park. These are people up here that live. They yell, they chant, they cause a public disturbance. They're making a buffoon of themselves. They aren't fixing the problem.
A movement with many different messages. Some say they'll stay here as long as it takes. Tampa police say they will not tolerate the kind of violence that has gone on at similar demonstrations in other cities here. In Tampa, Melissa Eichman, Bay News 9.
And those Occupy protests continue beyond the Bay. London's St. Paul Cathedral is now reopened. It had been shut down because of Occupy protests there. That's the first time that's happened since World War II. Protesters have been ordered to leave. And in Oakland, California, police and protesters have been clashing for days. Last night, the city's mayor talked to the protesters to apologize, but before he was even done speaking, authorities say they were forced to use tear gas again to get things under control.